Gather round, everyone, and let me tell you a story from a time long past, a legend whispered on the wind. This is the tale of the wind-chasing horse. Long, long ago, nestled by a range of majestic mountains, there was a quiet, peaceful village. In this village lived a young boy named Nam with his elderly father. They didn't have much gold or silver, but their home was rich with something far more precious: love and kindness for one another. Their days were simple, filled with hard work and the quiet joy of being together. One crisp morning, Nam ventured into the deep, green forest that bordered his village. His task was to gather firewood, a daily chore to keep their small hut warm. As he walked deeper among the ancient trees, listening to the birdsong and the rustle of leaves, he heard a faint, distressed sound. It was a soft whimper, a plea for help. Curious and a little concerned, Nam followed the sound until he stumbled upon a heartbreaking sight. There, tangled in a thick, thorny bush, was a small, weak foal. Its coat was matted with dirt, and its eyes, though filled with fear, held a spark of something extraordinary. The poor creature was exhausted from struggling to break free. Nam's heart ached with pity. He couldn't just leave it there to suffer. Carefully, he began to untangle the thorny branches, his hands getting scratched in the process, but he didn't mind. He spoke to the little horse in a soft, soothing voice, telling it everything would be okay. Finally, after much effort, the foal was free. It was too weak to stand on its own, so Nam gently lifted the small animal into his arms. It was surprisingly light. He carried it all the way back to his humble home. His father, a man with a kind and weathered face, saw the compassion in his son's eyes and welcomed the new addition without a second thought. Nam became the little horse's dedicated caretaker. Every day he would gather the freshest, greenest grass and fetch cool, clear water from the stream. He would clean its coat, tend to its scratches, and whisper stories to it as it rested. Slowly but surely, under Nam's devoted care, the foal began to regain its strength. Its legs grew sturdy, its coat began to shine like polished stone, and the spark in its eyes ignited into a brilliant flame. It soon became clear this was no ordinary horse. It was incredibly intelligent, seeming to understand every word Nam said. And its speed, Its speed was something to behold. It could gallop across the fields so fast it seemed to blur, its hooves barely touching the ground. It was like watching a living, breathing gust of wind. Seeing this incredible gift, Nam gave the horse a fitting name, Try-Fong, which in his language means wind chaser. From that day forward, Nam and Try-Fong were inseparable. They were more than just a boy and his horse. They were the truest of friends. They would explore the forests together, race across the open meadows, and share quiet moments watching the sunset paint the sky. Try-Fong would follow Nam like a shadow, and Nam's laughter was a common sound as he rode on his friend's back, feeling the exhilarating rush of the wind. Their bond was a beautiful sight, a testament to the friendship born from a simple act of kindness in the woods. But peace, as we know, can be fragile. A year after Tryphong's rescue, the dark clouds of war gathered on the horizon. A cruel and ambitious king from a neighboring kingdom launched an invasion, his armies marching across the land, leaving chaos and fear in their wake. Nom's peaceful village was now in grave danger. The kingdom's own army was positioned at the border, fighting bravely, but struggling against the surprise attack. Communication was slow and treacherous. The king, desperate to get a vital message to his generals on the front lines, made a royal proclamation. He announced that a great reward and immense honor would be bestowed upon anyone brave enough to undertake the perilous journey to the border. It was a mission fraught with danger, a path crawling with enemy patrols and crossing unforgiving terrain. Many seasoned riders hesitated, knowing the journey was almost a death sentence. But when Nam heard the king's call, he didn't feel fear. He felt a surge of duty. He looked at Tryphong, whose intelligent eyes seemed to understand the gravity of the situation. He saw the strength in his friend's powerful legs and the courage in his heart. Without a moment's hesitation, Nam went to the capital and volunteered for the impossible mission. He saddled Tryphong, the familiar weight a comfort to them both. With the king's urgent message tucked securely in his satchel, Nom swung himself onto Tryphong's back. As the first rays of dawn broke over the mountains, they set off. Their journey was a grueling odyssey. They galloped through dense, dark forests where shadows seemed to leap out at them. They crossed wide, roaring rivers, the cold water splashing against Tryphong's powerful chest. They climbed steep, treacherous mountains where the air grew thin and the wind howled like a mournful spirit. But Tryphong never faltered. The magnificent horse ran tirelessly, its powerful hooves striking the earth with a rhythm like rolling thunder. Its long, flowing mane streamed behind it like a river of silver clouds against the sky. Time and time again, they were spotted by enemy soldiers. The shouts of alarm would echo through the valleys, and the chase would begin. But no horse could match the speed of the wind chaser. When enemy arrows rained down upon them, Tryphong would weave and dodge with impossible grace. When faced with a chasm too wide to cross, the brave horse would gather all its strength and leap, soaring through the air like a mythical beast. Through torrential downpours and blinding storms, Tryphong galloped on, driven by an unwavering loyalty to the boy on his back. Finally, after days and nights of relentless running, they saw the banners of their kingdom's army in the distance. They had made it. Exhausted but triumphant, Nam delivered the king's message directly into the general's hands, just in the nick of time. The intelligence allowed the army to counter the enemy's strategy, turning the tide of the war. The kingdom was saved, and peace was slowly restored to the land. Nam was hailed as a hero, but his heart was heavy. He led his loyal friend, Tryphong, to a quiet spot under a large ancient tree to rest. The incredible journey had taken its toll. The once vibrant horse was utterly exhausted, its breathing shallow. Tryphong turned its head and gave a soft, gentle neigh, looking at Nam with eyes full of love and farewell. With one last tremendous effort, it nudged its head against Nom's chest before lying down in the soft grass. Tears streamed down Nom's face as he fell to his knees and hugged his loyal companion, his best friend. He held Tri-Fong close, whispering his thanks and his goodbyes as the sun sets on their final adventure together. The hero of the kingdom held the true hero of the story in his arms until the very end. The next morning, the villagers who came to honor the boy and his horse witnessed something magical. A strange and powerful gust of wind suddenly swept across the fields. It didn't feel like a normal wind. It felt alive, full of energy and spirit. It swirled gracefully around the ancient tree where Tri-Fong lay, as if paying its respects, before soaring up into the sky and disappearing. From that day on, the legend of the wind-chasing horse was born. And forever after, whenever a gentle, playful breeze rustled the leaves or swept through the village, the people would smile and look up at the sky. They would say to their children, "Listen, that's Tri-Fong running through the heavens again." And so, the wind-chasing horse became an eternal symbol of loyalty that knows no bounds, bravery in the face of impossible odds, and a friendship so pure and strong that it could never truly die. Thank you so much for joining me for this beautiful story. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more legends and tales from around the world. We'll see you in the next one.